Well, hello there, it's Kriint and welcome to another speed build. This week I am building something that I'm very excited to share with everyone because this is one of my favorite builds in quite a while. Like, I'm super proud of it. I really love everything about it, so I'm pretty excited. It is a restaurant on the one side, and on the other side it's like an ethnic cafe, if you will. So the restaurant, it's like ethnic too. I was inspired by city living, and I actually created this build for my Sims, for my personal let's play. Like, not the entire build, the restaurant part. And I kept seeing on Twitter people using glass roofs to create rooms, and I felt like it was so beautiful. Like, you had all that light, you have an amazing view of everything. So I wanted to kind of play with that, and it was my personal let's play, so no one was supposed to ever see this build. But oh my god, I really love how it turned out. Like, I am so proud of it. So as I told you, my inspiration was city living in general, and around the world you have all these different like recipes from all around the world, like ethnic and Thai food, and I think it has Mexican. So I wanted to create something, a restaurant that you basically can go and try all those different foods and experience all those different cultures. And it's hipster inspired because I feel like it's like, I don't know, like it's kind of hipsterish to go and do that. So we ended up with a giant block of a glass roof. Like, this is what I have on my let's play, but again, no one cares, so I'm like, I just say it. And then I had all that space to fill up, and I'm like, okay, now what am I supposed to do here? And I had no idea. So I decided to do a cafe that on the top has like the bubble blowing machine, and it has like board games, and that was basically my inspiration. Those cafes that you can go and play board games. I've never been into one, but I really love board games, and I think it's an excellent way to socialize with people, especially because they usually don't like playing board games with me because I get super competitive. So it's a great excuse to make people play board games with you, like, let's go for a coffee. So that was my inspiration, and as you can see, I think it's starting to look hipsterish. Like, currently the main building, like the restaurant part, it wasn't that hipsterish, but introducing all those bricks and those darker tones and like those steel beams, I think it made it like really hipsterish, but I love it. Like, I really do love it. I'm really proud of it. So we have this, it's not a green, like it's a dark turquoise color. I don't know its name, to be honest. And it took me quite a while to figure out everything, like the layout of those builds, because I had the one, like the restaurant part done. I basically replicate what I've done on like the restaurant that I already play, and trying to figure out the layout of how the rest will flow together, where to put everything, how to make it look cohesive. It was challenging. Like, I changed the layout, I did not include that, of the cafe part 4 times. This is the 4th that I was like, okay, I like that. Because this will sound like so stupid, but when I build, apart from how the build looks like when you're playing, I also want to keep in mind how it will look on the gallery thumbnail, because like I have done builds that I'm super proud of, but because the gallery thumbnail doesn't do them justice, people haven't like discovered them. And it's kind of like, but I put so much effort in it, and no one saw it because the thumbnail is stupid. For example, Diagonally, it's a build that it took me months of building, but the thumbnail is so stupid, so no one even cares. Like, it's so detailed, but when you see the thumbnail, you're like, eh. So the main factor of if someone wants to download a build or like even just look at it, it's the thumbnail, and that's the sad truth. So I wanted to look like, you know, inviting and like pretty on the thumbnail. And I read a comment like years ago, like probably now, and it really stuck with me. It was not in my build, like it was, I think, on a house, and someone told like the person who built it, this is the first build that I see that people actually work with diagonal builds and they don't look stupid and the layout works well apart from mine. And I'm like, okay, well, tone it down a bit, Paddy. But it made me realize that at that point that I don't really work with diagonal builds, and most of the builds that you see basically on the top are diagonal because, you know, they have that attention grabbing element, like, ooh, diagonal, wow. So yeah, that's why I went with diagonal, and I really like it. Plus you can see the entire front. The other three versions were basically like side by side, but it did not look good. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it looks like now. Even though like doesn't make me a bad person. It's not like I want my builds to get like 1 million downloads, but if I put something like into something like 8 hours or 6 hours or like months as I did on Diagonally, and it's so detailed, I'm like, I just want people to see it. Like, okay, you don't have to download it, you don't have to like it, but like, at least if it was a better thumbnail, people might have liked it better. You know, that's essentially my point. So yeah, that's the sad truth. Like, I'm really thinking about what I build, like how the thumbnail will look like. Especially like I have moved builds just to get a better thumbnail so many times. Because it would be in the side, or it would be like super stupid, it would be like a tree on the front. It's like, if we could take our own thumbnails, all this thing would be easier. Like, I wouldn't have to care how the build looks on the gallery. Like, here, I'm like, does it look okay? Does this look okay? Like, does it look stupid, or is it beautiful on the thumbnail? So, yeah, that's, like, I wish I didn't care. Like, in a few builds, I don't care if they look well on the thumbnail, but there are others that I'm like, if this had a better thumbnail, like, it would be so much better. So yeah, kind of frustrating, like, not gonna lie. I wish I didn't care that much. So here is the restaurant part. I didn't want it to look expensive or like, you know, 5-star restaurant. Even though, like, my personal one that I play, it's a 5-star one, but I just did it for the talent. Because I don't think if you go into an ethnic restaurant, you would expect 5-star quality. I just wanted, you know, the food to be tasty. That's what I had in mind, to have like that atmosphere, and like everyone can express themselves freely. So you will see, if you downloaded, the menu is customized, so you have all those different foods and different drinks that you wouldn't get on a normal restaurant, like a regular restaurant, not a normal, your typical average restaurant. And then I also have like all the employees with different outfits, so you will see like that the employees might wear something of their culture, even though I really didn't want like to force the employees, oh, you're going to wear, I don't recall like the thing that they wrap their hair in. Indians and like people from other cultures, I don't really recall. I think Turkish people do that too, but that's, I want to say, no, it's not. But I think you got what I'm trying to say, like the thing that goes with city living. But in my mind, it's not like that it's a costume or I'm forcing people to work that, like to work with that. It's like the regular everyday outfits. So this is what I had in mind while, doing the outfits. So I hope no one gets offended. I just, I wanted like people to be from different ethnicities and all work together, and everyone come like with their regular work clothes. So this is my background thinking. So I think this is where the hipster element got added. All those like light bulbs and fairy lights and the exposed pipes, and not the exposed pipes, the exposed brick and the pipes. I think these are what brings the hipster element on. Plus, like you can see the neon signs, but I like them. I think they add so much personality to the building. So yeah, I also went with like colored, at least mismatched stairs. I think again, like look at that shot, it's so pretty. I think it gives so much personality and it's so colorful and I love it. Give me a second, I want to drink my tea. Much better tea. So yeah, and I love like all those hanging plants because on the build there's like the railing that you can kind of see there, and I wanted to have like a distinction between the levels and have something pretty there, because I couldn't actually get the glass to align perfectly with the floor, so I had this gap. So that's why the hanging plants came to play. What else? Oh yeah, this build has like something that might annoy you, but it is easily fixed. So if you've noticed up to now, when I cleanse anything with the walls, on the left part of your screen, on the outmost left wall of the glass roof, basically on the second floor, the wall disappears. I don't know why, it's super infuriating and I hate it, but basically how you can fix that is by taking the, how's it called? The fence, the black fence that I have there, and if you have move objects on and place the fence and then, or remove the fence, whatever, like it works both ways, then the wall comes back in. If you don't want to do that, you can simply add the wall there. Like I essentially removed the wall roof, not the wall roof, basically the wall that the roof had, just to create a more open room, and I just preferred it that way. That you can see like I have columns there, and I separated the rooms. Like in my personal time while I built that, for the first time it took me forever to figure out what was going on with the walls and to try and like have the wall stay there, but it doesn't. But it looks so much better with like the wall on and like the space open. So yeah, I don't know what to say. Like it might infuriate you, it might not, but like I don't mind to just go into build mode and just build like the fence and just, or remove the fence. I don't know why it does that. It's annoying, I know, but yeah. So I'm working on the lobby now, and I wanted it to be inviting because it's the lobby on the second floor too. So I wanted it to look colorful and fun as the rest of the build did. And I was trying to find, how can I make it look like the rest of, the eating area. Dining area? I guess dining area. So I kind of struggled with that. I also struggled quite a lot to find how I can fit 2 cook stations, chef stations there. Like, who knew it could be so hard? So yeah, literally loads of footage of me trying and playing around with different objects and different layouts, and like basically decorating few parts because the video would be way bigger at this point, and it's already big. Like, I like to keep my speed builds under 20 minutes, and yeah, I cut off a lot of things and I didn't know what else to cut off, so yeah. But after that, I think we're working on the toilet, which is super exciting, of course, and we will jump into the cafe part. So I wanted like the kitchen to also be decorated, and you can see like they have diplomas and everything. So yeah, I wanted for the chefs like to feel like home and to be personalized. So here comes the hard part of trying to make the layout work here, because I wanted like the cafe thing. I think it works. I'm not entirely sure if you have to hire someone. The bar, like a normal bar, works perfect on a restaurant because I have done that in the past. For like this coffee station, I'm not sure, but for gameplay purposes, I think you can easily just hire someone. That's what I did for the screenshots. So, because again it's a hipster kind of a cafe, I think a few weeks back, maybe a month ago, a bit more, I don't recall, I did a build, a shopping square, I think I called it, I'm not sure, and I built there a cafe that I loved. Basically it was very inspired by Starbucks, and it was very hipster, like it had those exposed bricks, and it had this like little corner that you can buy coffee or mugs and everything, and I loved that build. Like I love the specific shop on that build. So I thought, in reality, coffee shops have chains, like massive coffee shop chain. So that could be also another coffee shop chain. So I kept few elements the same. This is the part that I told you, it was on the other build, the little corner that you can buy things, and like as in Starbucks essentially. But I don't know why. When I tried to place like glasses here, mugs, or anything of that sort, I got an error and it wouldn't let me place it. And I tried to go back like to the other lot, and I grabbed the room there. And I'm like, I will just plop the room, but I couldn't plop the room from the gallery, I guess my library, because it was like, error. And I tried, I'm like, okay, there's something wrong with my game. I repaired my game, I restarted my game. I tried so many different things, and I just can't place freaking glasses here. Like, I don't know what's wrong with it. And I feel like because I went back to different lots to try, like, is there something wrong with the glasses all of a sudden? And I think it's because it's a penthouse, which makes zero sense. Like 0 cents. I have no idea why it does that, but it's infuriating. So this particular, like, I guess we will call them Starbucks, doesn't sell mugs because you cannot place them in penthouses for reasons. So as you can see, I try to make it as ethical as possible, and like you have all those different colors, and I think it's so fun. I love it. So this is the exterior sitting area, which when I went to grab the screenshots that you will see in the end, I realized that I ran into a problem because I wanted to keep like the restaurant area for the people who are eating, and this area, like those tables, for the people who are drinking their coffee, grabbing like a scone or whatever. But I did not realize that, because it's a restaurant, you cannot actually sit on the table unless you've claimed the table. And I hope, because it's raining outside. I just started, sorry. Because the restaurant part, it's on the other side, and the host station, I'm not sure, like it's closer to those tables, they will just assign them to those tables, but oh no, they did not. So we end up having people eating on the cafe, which I don't like. So I ended up swapping the tables. You won't see it on this footage, but you will see it on the final screenshots. I ended up swatching those tables for like I think they are pedestals, and we got them on Get Together. I usually use them just to put items up and down, like in specific heights. If you watch my previous builds, I don't know if I will do that. No, I think I cut that out, but you will see it in the screenshots. They're not usable now from the people in the restaurant. You can actually sit there if you're like visiting the cafe, but they don't look as good. They look okay, like they don't look bad, but they're not as hipsterish, if you will, as those wooden tables. Well, okay, whatever. So here is the top area. I decided to make it as, obviously, as I told you, like a games area. So you have different games, and I think it's such a fun area. Also, all around this lot in the restaurant we have word music, and here I think we have S-pop, which, from what I read, because I never understand, I thought it was like K-pop, but like, what was it called again? S-pop. So I thought it was like a country that started from S. I'm like, I just don't know. But from what I read, it's like from all around the world, pop music. So I'm like, that works perfectly. So this is the music that we have here, even though, you don't care. I feel like it does make a difference, when you're in a venue and it has the music, like, you get into the feeling. So I really like it. I also found those balloons, which I'm like, oh, those will be so fun here. And I realized, yeah, they don't fit anywhere. Cool. So I think we are almost done with the interior. Let me sip a bit more from my tea. I don't know, like, my throat recently is horrible. So yeah, I really need my tea. What I was saying, I don't recall. Damn it. Yeah, this is like the exterior, another sitting area. I just really wanted to use a staircase. Like, I wanted to use the staircase. That's the only reason why we have this exterior area. It's like so cut off the rest of the build, because you have to enter through the basically where the elevator room is. So I'm like, okay, this makes total sense, but I want those stairs, so I added the stairs because there's no better reason. So yeah, here's the area, and basically you enter from that door in the back and you go up. It doesn't make much sense, does it? But I don't care. So here are the screenshots, and you can kind of see the tables here. Like, they don't look that bad, but they don't have that wooden texture, but it's like, okay. But come on, I love all the screenshots. Like, I couldn't stop looking at it, and it's so pretty. Like, the gradient on the back of the sky, I'm like, oh, that's amazing. I love it. I think it has so much aesthetics and vibes, and like, I love it. And I hope that you will love it as much as I do, because I was super excited to share this build with everyone. So yeah, like, so happy. If you want to download it, please do, from the link in the description below. If you don't want to click on links, you can search my username in the gallery, which is the exact same as here. Yeah, and you will find it. This and like the other 100 builds of mine. So yeah, please tell me if you like it. Like, I'm excited. I'm super excited. So yeah, you can see also everything. Like, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll have an amazing day, and take care. Bye.